Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. Well, as the title of this video suggests, we're talking about Thai immigration handling what can only be described as the flight from hell. I thought of making this video after reading a recent article from the Daily Mail. That's dailymail.co.uk. Article is titled, "Flight from Hell, Husband 63 Dies Beside His Wife When, quote, liters of blood, unquote, shoot out of his nose and mouth all over the interior of the plane in front of screaming passengers flying from Bangkok to Germany." Yeah, I urge those who are watching this video who are interested in this, go check out that article in detail. Not gonna read anything further into the details of what happened here other than to say it was tragic, really terrible. I'm not exactly certain what this person's affliction was, but they passed away on the flight. And, again, that description is quite, well, it's quite disturbing just when you hear about it. I can't imagine what the people who saw this, it really was a terrible thing. That said, quoting further, the flight turned around, returning to Bangkok Airport, where passengers complained they were left to wait without guidance for 2 hours. Flight data shows the plane left Bangkok at 23:50, landed back in Thailand at 08:28 on Friday morning. Travelers on board said the wife of the man who had died had to walk alone through customs as they were rebooked on another flight via Hong Kong. Quote, "She stood there all alone and apathetic and had to endure all the formalities." Mr. Misfelder told Blick, again, I urge those who are watching this video, go check out that article in detail. Quoting further, he said it was, quote, "unacceptable," unquote, that, quote, 30 traumatized passengers, unquote, were left to wait without direction, and said he hopes for an apology to the group and the wife of the deceased. Yeah, this is one of those, I'm not trying to be an apologist here or anything, but, this is not a standard event. This is not something that in Thai immigration, the airlines, anybody associated with air safety and, air traffic control, air safety, civil aeronautics, folks, look, this was probably a very overwhelming situation for everybody involved. Again, not trying to be an apologist, but, and I imagine there probably will be some kind of an apology that emanates maybe from the airlines or something that says, hey, we're sorry we, didn't do necessarily better. But that said, it sounds to me like they were doing the best they could in a really bad set of circumstances. Again, this flight took off and then it re-arrives, it looks like, from the best of my knowledge, about 8 hours later, and you've got this person who's deceased. And again, you can read the article, and it's just a harrowing experience. They had this person, they tried to resuscitate this person, but, it was just awful. And again, you can always look back and say things could have been better, but, this is a very atypical set of circumstances. It looks to me like everybody involved tried to handle this as professionally as they could, but there's just sometimes events that are beyond people's control. And, would you like to have seen things handled differently in retrospect? Maybe, but all things considered, it looks to me like Thai immigration handled this as best they could. They brought the flight back in, they rebooked people on subsequent flights, and, went from there. So again, I don't know exactly, other than, minor issues with this. And again, minor in this context is something of maybe a misnomer. But again, I find it hard to place blame on immigration or the airline or anybody involved in this when it looks to me like they were just people trying to do their best in a very bad situation.